Hi guys. I hope you can see me and I hope you can hear me. Um, I'll just confirm once more though. Hi guys. Okay. Cool. I'll just move this here. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, well, yeah, I'm sorry for the delay. There was some trouble on my end and I was trying to get it resolved. But I hope everyone's doing well. And please confirm if you can see me and if you can hear me. Karthik is in the chat. Hi Karthik, how are you? And just hi Virus Gaming. That is such a cool name. Hi Hitanshi, how are you? Hi Nikhil, how are you? I saw you in the comment section after such a long time. I've been fine. How have you been? Hi Atul. That's the new Chalchitra hoodie, guys. In case you didn't know, we are here preparing for the winter season, and we've launched our hoodies, and you can get these on Chalchitra merch. Not Chalchitra, Kadak merch. Sorry, Kadak merch. Hi Sandeep, how are you? Hi Sai Prakash. Explain. Oh, I'm seeing explain data after such a long time. Hi Samyak. Hi Divyang. Hi Hero21. There are a lot of people. Hey, how's the hoodie, guys? How's the hoodie? When are you getting yours? And it's been fun, guys. So, what's been up? How's the sardi? How is it treating you? Are you guys reading a book a month, which is probably one of the most important questions of the moment? So I've been getting a lot of requests. Like, I was so happy every time someone comes up to me with a query or with a poem that's mentioned in the Whale Suite. I get very happy and super excited because honestly, I think nobody's reading it. But it's such, like, it's so good to realize that all of you have been following, quite a few of you have been following a book a month, and some of you are even reading the Whale Suite. And is there anyone in the comments who's finished all the 12 books? It's just not 12, I think 14 books. We picked up 14 books in a book a month. And how many books have you read so far? I've come across people who've read 9. I've come across people who've read all the 14. I mean, even I couldn't read all 14. I read 13. But is there anyone who's read all of them? Or like just name the number that you guys have been reading. Okay, there's something wrong. Okay. Hi Aarti. Aarti is a new subscriber. Okay, cool. This is interesting, guys. Do like the stream because the more you like it, the more it gets recommended to people, and that's how people discover the channel eventually. And sometimes they just come to the stream and we have a nice glass of water and some reading. And in case you like what we do, in case you like the recommendations that we bring to you, in case you like the content that we put out for you, you can also support us by becoming a patron or a member of our YouTube community. We've carefully divided our patrons into 3 different categories: Goodfellas, Gladiators, and Godfathers. Godfathers are at the top, and they actually get a lot of access. They have a monthly Zoom call sessions with us. They also get to be a part of 5 different groups: books, movies, music, science, sports, and also they have their exclusive group, Godfathers group, and they get to have a lot of conversation with us. And it's very interesting because every time something new is happening on the channel, they are probably the first ones to know after the core team, of course, because core team probably goes around arranging things. But that's so if you like what we do consider supporting us, become a patron, and support us in what we do. And also, if you get to be a gladiator, you get to be a part of one group. You can pick up the group based on your liking: books, movies, music, science, sports, whatever you want to be a part of. And yep, if you like our work, do consider becoming a patron and supporting us. And do make your friends subscribe to the channel. Do make your friends, classmates, teachers, family members, whatever, subscribe to the channel. It'll be nice and interesting. And okay, so somebody watched Mihir, loved the Tanmay episode, can't wait for part 2, great theme. Hey, I loved it as well. I hadn't seen the footage that the people had put out in the group, and then I watched it live with all of you, and I was like, why did it end so soon? Oh my god, what happens in the next part? It was like really interesting, and I think it's one of the finest episodes on the channel. And if you guys haven't seen it already, do watch it now. Amit is here. Hey Vaani, love your Echoes from the Hill series. Yay! Really hope there's more episodes at some point. Definitely, we can try that again. I mean, I loved recording Echoes from the Hills. It has to be one of my favorite things on the channel, and and ekdam okay. Okay, I forgot what I was saying. But I loved shooting Echoes from the Hills. It's one of my favorite places to go to. And that's where I grew up at one point in my life. Loved going back there. It has to be one of my favorite series also. Purely because I'm in it and also the place. But yeah, why not? We would really love to do it. Hey, what is a chess story about? Hi, Chinmaya. Chess story is actually, it's by Stephen Swag. That's what I remember. I recommended it on the channel. It's about this guy who beats the world number one chess champion. And from what I remember, I do not remember how he beat him. But a very ordinary guy, proficient at chess. But I do not remember how he came to be that good in chess. But yeah, eventually it talks about how his mind goes mad and everything. I don't really remember what was in the chess story. I just remember it to be a wonderful, wonderful book, especially the ending where he explains what is happening in his head. Absolutely amazing. When are we doing reading with Vaani at 500 AQI? Hi Harsh, we'll do it the day after tomorrow, December 11, 5 p.m. We are yet to decide the places. There are so many entries that have come in. I am so overwhelmed. But it's actually nice because I'll get to meet a lot of you guys. I'm not sure if we'll be able to have all of you there, but just give me a second. Hi guys, sorry about that. There was someone on the door. So sorry. But is that what hoodie? Feminine? I'm not sure if it's feminine proof, but feminine. That's an interesting spelling. Okay. But yeah, I'm not sure if we'll be able to have all of the people because COVID is still there somewhere. And there are quite a few people, but I think the details will be out in a day or two. We're just working on the arrangements and everything. But yeah. Okay. I kind of lose my train of thought whenever I'm interrupted. But yeah. What happened to the Kanan Gill episode? Yeah, we'll invite him. Has it been shot? Not yet. We'll definitely get him on the channel though. Last book I read was The Invisible Man in School. I haven't read anything since then. What should I read to get back into reading? Hi Yash, what's up? We do this really cool thing where we kind of pick up a book every month. You should try one of those books. And hi Atul from Aniket's account. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if I don't think it's going to be in either of these spots, but we'll figure out a place. I'm not sure if everyone will be, there were quite a few entries and I'm not sure how safe it's going to be to have everyone, so I'm a little confused as to where should we host it. But what does the symbols on the hoodie signify? They are Chalchitra Talks ka logo, guys. Please. When's Jaipur vlog? Maybe we should ask this to Vaibhav. He has the footage. When can we get a black Chalchitra hoodie? You know what, Akshat? I was looking for the black Chalchitra hoodie as well. And that's why Vaibhav got it before me, allegedly. And I mean, the grey one is not that bad, to be honest. It goes very well with black blazers and oversized blazers and everything. Hey Vaishnavi, I know we saw that email, and I think I read it before Vaibhav did, and I was so emotional. I made Vaibhav read it at in the middle of the night. I called him up like, you have to read this, and both of us got very emotional. And we're working on a reply, hoping you will like it. Thank you so much for your email. Your email made our day. It made our week, and we couldn't have been happier after reading your email because we were our happiest selves. Should I become a YouTube member or patron? Whatever is convenient for you, Harsh. You can also become a member. You can also become a patron. Whatever is easier for you. How to kill a mocking... Okay, sorry. How can you make it easy to read? Interesting. I think eventually... Sometimes, I mean, when I was growing up, I realized it was so easy to read classics because I did not mind the difficulty of the words or the language. And now I find it like really hard to just, the fact that I have to refer to a dictionary after every page or whatever, it just makes it, so I think it is all about, you can't make anything easier to read. Of course, you can refer to notes and summaries and whatnot, but sometimes it's also, sometimes we have to build an appetite for certain writings, certain types of writings, and I think To Kill a Mockingbird might be one of them. So that's that. Sundar Nursery. A lot of people have recommended Sundar Nursery. I'm just not sure what we'll do there. What do you guys want to do in case we do a meetup? Do you just want to hang around and chill, or do you guys want to do proper hardcore discussions, or do you guys just want to do a meet and greet, which will be okay, which will be less stressful for me also. Sort of a verbal diarrhea, I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, To Kill a Mockingbird really doesn't start until it's about to end, right? I mean, you almost finish the entire book, and then it's just... You almost finish the entire book, and then you just reach the point towards the end. So it's... what is 1,300 rupees? Harsh. Oh, Harsh just became a gladiator. That's super cool. Welcome to the patronship, Harsh. You are a gladiator now. I felt like saying I now pronounce you a gladiator, but I thought that was going to be very stupid. But anyways, 88 people are watching us. Please like the video. I've been going on and on about it because I just think, I've started reading the journals of Sylvia Plath, and after your recommendation. Oh, that's nice, Ritika. I hope you're liking it. I've read, I'd read Belgian, some of poems. Okay, I've read. But this provides a completely different... I know, right? It's amazing. Hi, Vaishnavi. Yes, his death anniversary was yesterday. And I'm falling in love with Aga Shahid Ali. I mean, I'm also... For all of you who have picked up Aga Shahid Ali's The Whale Suite, please consider picking up Manan Kapoor. I think that's the name of the guy who wrote his biography. It's right there, and I've forgotten the name of the book. I mean, I read the book 24/7 these days, and I've forgotten the name of the book. If someone remembers it, please post in the comments. Recommend you to read that book while reading The Whale Suite. You'll understand most of his poems from there. Okay, Vaishnavi finally got her hands on Tuesdays with Mori. Very late to the party. But it doesn't matter, like, Derai Durustai types. Like, at least you're reading it, and it's always a good time to read and discover something. And I'm pretty certain, and I hope you will like the book. I just started A Gentleman in Moscow. I haven't read it. I've heard it's a wonderful book though. Rutu Paran Kulkarni. How to read so many books? I do not read a lot of books. I think I've started reading a lot of books. How many do I end up completing is a good question though. Hi Anandita, can you share a PDF of the Urdu references and the translations with us? Hey Anandita, why don't you drop me an email on Vaani@chalchitratalks.com? I will perhaps get back to you with my notes. There aren't a lot. and because I stopped reading them in between and I picked up something else. But I do have figured out a couple of poems, and I'm proud enough to say I did it on my own. But a couple of them, and they're quite interesting. I think I finally understand language games after reading it approximately at least 100 times. I think I finally understand language games, or like my mind has made sense of, knows now how, like, the sense it wanted to make of the words. But it's really nice. And if you like language games, I mean, yeah. I came across this, I read this poem in the morning. It's called Prayer Rug. It's on page number 40. And I learnt from his, I mean, I'd read it before. I'd read it twice before, but I thought it wasn't very interesting. Then I read in his biography that it actually, Prayer Rug actually weaves his father's socialist views into the fabric of the Muslim traditions that he saw in his household. Like, his mother brought in the culture of Hinduism and Shia Muslims. I don't know. I'm terribly bad at culture and religion. But his grandmother was a devout certain sect of Muslims. And his father was socialist, and there were a lot of German philosophers' ideas. So he saw a lot of things. Then he went to a Christian school where he got introduced to Western philosophy. So he witnessed all these different kinds of cultures and philosophies. And instead of looking them as things or as philosophies that were at war with each other or that were so different, he looked at them and it was a way to be. And that is something you'll see in all his writings. That's why it's so flexible. And I think anyone would like it. A Map of Longings. Yes, that's the name of the biography. Do consider picking it up. It's absolutely amazing. Sumit is saying, I'm new here, so please suggest me something, study something, to study something. So I should stop Netflix and YouTube binge watching. Yes, Funky Sam, A Map of Longings is the biography. It's by Manan Kapoor, and it's the biography of Agha Shahid Ali. And as much as I've read it, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I do not have anything to put it against, so I don't know. But it's helped me understand quite a few poems, so I'm very happy there. I mean, yeah, I do not think it'll be a waste of money. I'm new here. So if you... okay. What is the process after joining the channel with monthly? Which email ID did you write to us, Anurag? Just write to us on Vaani@chalchitratalks.com or vaibhav@chalchitratalks.com and Saurabh@chalchitratalks.com, and within 24 hours someone will get back to you. Harshi also became a gladiator. Please write to any of us, Saurabh, Vaibhav, or myself, and one of us will get in touch with you and we'll add you to the desired group that you want to join. And thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. I'm terribly bad. Okay. I mean, yeah. How do you approach a poem never could get into them? Suppose it's to be read somewhat differently from prose. Hey Rishabh, I am not sure if I am the right person to speak on that because I did not study literature. I am an engineering student, so I do not know the science part of this syllabus. Very stupid thing to say out loud. But I received this message from a friend yesterday, and I was so happy he picked up the Whale Suite. He is someone similar. He has never read poetry. He doesn't like poetry. He's always... Doesn't like is something that's wrong, but like he's intimidated by poetry. He was, at least, until now. He picked up Agha Shahid Ali, and he was trying to make sense of it. So the thing is, you have to stop being scared, or you have to stop judging poetry so much. Anyone and everyone can be comfortable around poetry, and that's the beauty of it. I think sometimes we get intimidated because there's so much rhythm, there's so much flow in poetry that we do not make sense of it when we read it for the first time. But if you think about it, there are so many lyrics that if you were to pay attention to and read them out as poetry, I think you wouldn't get them either. But we are not afraid of trying to understand lyrics, are we now? And I think even when it comes to difficult pieces of poetry, you need help. there's Google always as a reference. For example, right now I am trying to search because Succession ka last episode aa raha hai on the 13th. I am constantly searching for all the references Succession has starting from season 1, and it's insightful. I was watching Succession on the first layer. Like I was just swimming. There was no deep dive. I was floating on the surface. And that's the thing with poetry. And in fact, anything, you have to dive deep. Go for Google, check out your references, check out the insights that you have on the author and everything. And sometimes you'll be fortunate enough to just come across the meaning. And the moment you understand poetry, it will actually be a beautiful feeling. I mean, I just overspoke and I think I did not make sense. I know I did not make sense, but when you want to get into poetry, read, reread, be open to ideas, be open to experimentation, and be open to looking for meanings online. And the more you discuss with people, the more insights you'll get. For example, a friend and I were discussing poetry, and he is someone who's just started reading it with Aga Shahid Ali, and it's so nice to see him make efforts. And you just cannot take for granted that,
Did you want the song balance quantity and quality? You cannot choose just one.
Sorry. That's Alexa. But you can't just move forward thinking that you will understand poetry in one go.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to put in a few efforts and it'll be okay. Just feel free to open it with people. It just feels like the universe has conspired to break my train of thought after every 15 or 10 minutes. Hey Vaani, do you organize book clubs? Hey Gaurav, you can become a member of our book club by becoming a gladiator or a godfather. Become a patron. You'll be a member of our WhatsApp book club, which is absolutely amazing. We also have a book a month thing, which we do with our subscribers every month, where we pick up a book and we read it and then we discuss it on the last day of the month in the stream. But if you want certain exclusivity, feel free to become a patron, godfather or a gladiator, and you'll be a member of our book club. And we are planning to host a lot of offline sessions in the upcoming months as well and see how it goes. Have I read Dostoevsky? Hi Muhammad Abbas. I have. I do not watch a lot of movies or shows, Newt Scamander. I watch what is recommended on Chalchitra Talks and I save my time. But I do read before I go to bed, and I read the first thing I wake up in the morning. I put on some nice ghazal and I just read. I put on nice music and I read. And before I go to bed, I read again. Alexa trying to sabotage the stream. True. Is there a site to buy books at cheaper place or secondhand books? I'm not sure. I love Delhi for the same reason, Dave, because you get a lot of secondhand books. Can someone tell me if the Daryaganj market still exists, like 9:30 a.m. on Sundays? Do you still have the market that has like secondhand books in Delhi? Because last I heard it had been moved elsewhere, so I just wanted to confirm once. Okay. Have you read the new Confessions of an? No, I haven't. But the title sounds very interesting. Do you have some ideology which you follow in your reading? No, Ankit, no. The moment you start bringing ideology, that's the moment you stop surprising yourself. Shreya Dhanwantri, absolutely. I loved her episode with Vaibhav. It was streamed live, and I remember her recommending books, and absolutely wonderful. Oh, great! That's wonderful to know, Karwan, the Karwan, the Heritage Exploration Initiative. That's an interesting channel. Thank you so much. I will. That's nice. That's good to know. And it starts at 9:30 a.m. right? Oh, Shrihita. That's wonderful. I love The Lonely City. I love The Lonely City. It's absolutely wonderful. What books are you guys currently read? I just picked up this book called so I have got into this bad habit of picking up a lot of books. I'm pretty certain I'm walking into 2022 with so many books. I'm reading them at the same time. And I think I'll finish them by the end of 2022. And all of a sudden I'll have 155 books together. Not that I'm reading five books at the same time, but like one can be optimistic, right? But I picked up this book today. It's called The Body Keeps Score, if I'm not wrong. It started out pretty well. And if anyone has read it, please let me know what you think of this book. Yes, we will continue the A Book a Month series. Do you guys want me to continue the A Book a Month series? I mean, it has been pretty exciting. And let me know what you guys think. Where should I start my poem reading journey? Start with Aga Shahid Ali. Absolutely wonderful. Someone is reading Norwegian Wood. That's Gian. Newt Commander is reading The Three-Body Problem. Someone said you're same here. Reading Sharat Chandra's Shekhar's Dev. Nice. Principles by Ray Dalio. It's pretty terrible. Terribly good or like terribly awful. Man's Search for Meaning. Oh, nice, Raghav. Muhammad Abbas. Good, because I wanted to order that. The Inheritance of Loss. We're doing serious reading in the month of December. I am not able to pick up anything that's remotely sad because it's December. You're supposed to be happy. That's what winter vacations taught you. So when I was growing up, we used to have winter vacations. That means our school used to... our final exams used to happen in the first week of December, and we used to have vacations until the end of Feb. I think the month of Feb. So we had Jan, Feb, and December off. And I lived in Kulu. Didn't snow at that point, but like Manali was filled with snow. So, the winter vacations were mostly like relaxing next to a tandoor and chilling and just reading your favorite book. And, so I still can't get past that feeling. I'm very lazy in the month of December and January. Okay. First person singular. Nice. Akash is saying the nice things. Guys, do like the streams. 120 people are watching us and there are just 93 likes. Do like the stream. Oh, someone's reading Atomic Habits. I started reading Atomic Habits and then I stopped in between. And I've been doing that quite a lot. And perhaps sometimes I just give this advice to people. And to be honest, I think I like it. The moment but like, of course, you shouldn't make it a habit. So I'm going to also finish a lot of books that I've started, right? But the moment you find something that's interesting, pick it up because sometimes it just surprises you. Okay, a Norwegian Wood is really hard and depressing, Gian is saying. Hey, is your name Gian? Am I pronouncing it right? But the weather of December perfectly backs up the ambience of the book, so loving it so far. Nice, good to know. Why can't Mumbai have real winters? I know, right? That's one reason why I never want to move to the southern part of India. You guys are sad. I mean, shouldn't say that out loud, I'm sorry. But you guys don't even have winters. How do you live? It's like, I don't know. You can't even have hot chocolate. When do you drink hot chocolate? Do you guys even have hot chocolate? I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. Being very, I'm sorry. Someone's reading Insomniac City by Belays. Oh, that's wonderful. What's your favorite part, Sandeep? Right now, I have like so many favorite bits from that book. I think Insomniac City, Lonely City. There are a couple of Sex and the City. There are a couple of movies. The Boy Who Lived in New York, something like that. There are certain movies, TV shows, and books that just make me want to quit everything and move to New York for at least a year because because it's just so interesting, like the way they describe New York, especially the lonely city and the Insomniac City. If you haven't read the Insomniac City, please do so. I think it's one of the finest written books to exist. It's a love letter to a city, and I think it's one of the finest love letters ever written to a city. If you have to write a love letter to a city, this is how you write it. I think so. But yeah, is someone saying, Sukanta says, your sweatshirt looks really cool. You can get it on Kadak merch. In case you don't live in the southern part of India, and you can still walk around wearing sweatshirts. Sorry, Vaishnavi. After a whole day of Twitter, high blood pressure, your channel. Hey, that's nice. Nobody Gamer. Hello, how are you? I think the highlight of winters is the snow, but a lot of people like the snow. But if I were to give you true gyan and all, snow is nice and all for a few days. Then you just start hating it because it's just very cold. And also there are a lot of things you can't do. There are sometimes the electricity is cut off and whatnot. So it's just your family doing a get together around the tandoor area because there's no light, there's no heater. So you just have to sit there the entire day warming your soul and yourself. But yeah. Don't you think reading makes you an idealist than a pragmatist? I think it's not reading, it's essentially what your perspective is. You can become an idealist, you can also become a pragmatist by watching a lot of movies, by consuming a lot of art. It just depends how you take it head on, right? So while its origin in Arabic, poets have followed the same structure and norms to adapt it into other languages. Speaking to love letters to a particular city, okay. Is someone reading How to Travel Light by Srivat Nevatya? Aditya, are you reading it? It's a wonderful book. I think I was taken aback by this book because I was like, hey, it came out of our country, and I realized I underestimated a lot of our writers. It opened my eyes. I was like, oh shit, this writing has come out of India. But yeah. I've also picked up this book, which everyone I think almost has. It's called The Best of Urdu Poetry, and it's by Khushwant Singh. But it's really nice. Oh, stacking ammo. Oh, sure, definitely. Okay. Oh, I haven't read Gegega. It's a beautiful book. Which book are we talking? Okay, all of a sudden there are so many comments I can't keep track of the ones. Yes, I've read The Invisible Man. Hey Anandita, so ghazal is actually not old Hindi songs. It's actually a form of poetry, and there are certain rules that it has. For example, I think I read in a book that the best thing about ghazals, which makes them very flexible, is that the couplets need not be related to each other. So they're very flexible. You can use just one couplet and independently. But there is a certain, there is a certain meter, etc., etc. So ghazal has its own meter and rhyming scheme. So it's not old Hindi songs, but it's a form of poetry. And Agha Shahid Ali, I think, was the man who introduced ghazals in the West. He was the first one to write English ghazals. Otherwise, it was a form of Urdu poetry, I think. Hey Milind, okay, one best of Urdu poetry at online giveaway, and the organizers haven't sent it. That's wonderful that you won. Congratulations. Would you mind sharing your poetry with us? Because I think it's going to be I don't know, I'm trying to learn Urdu, or just not get fluent, but at least understand it. But yeah, the Zoom quiz from a book a month. I do not understand Kostu, I'm so sorry. How do you make the room look so aesthetic, having books, plants, lamp? If you actually look at my room right now, the books look aesthetic in the video, now that I realize it. Otherwise, they're just a little messed up. Hey, yes, Neha, the Delhi meetup is happening. It will be on 11th, Saturday. sometime in the evening. I am not yet sure as to where we'll host it, but we'll let you know the details. Hi, Ritvik. Yes, it'll be nice. I'm just afraid because a lot of people have signed up, and the, COVID is very much still there. Not so. It's somewhat still there, right? And I just am not sure, for lack of a better word, how to make it safer for everyone, and it's slightly scary. We have collaborated with Books on Toast, Abhijit. I think we did that sometime last year, 2020. Yeah, it's still 2021. We did it last year, sometime in the month of May, and they recommended their favorite reads, Anuya and Sharon, and it was a wonderful, wonderful collaboration. It was wonderful working with them. So do check it out. Hey, we received a super chat by Indrajit. Thank you for the super chat, Indrajit. Hey, going for my first interview for this internship tomorrow in this huge company. All the best, Indrajit. I hope you crack it. I hope it goes really well for you. Do tell us how it goes, and it's going to be wonderful. Just relax, be patient, and just chill. And the sweatshirt. Hey, thank you so much for the sweatshirt thing. Milk and honey. How is it, Vikram? I've heard pretty good reviews about it. Which mic am I using for the stream? I am using Blues Snowball. It's okay. Yeah, Somyadeep actually confirmed it. Hey, thanks, Somyadeep. What's big coming up from Chalchitra Talks? See, first of all, there is going to be the meetup in Delhi, and it'll happen on the 11th, and then we'll have part 2 of Tanmay Bhatt episode, and then there will be a couple of things that you should be on a lookout for. Oh, Milind, that's nice. Aga Shayad Ali is tonight. I actually had a poem already picked out for tonight, but I'll can someone guide me to the page, because I filled the index with so many notes I can't find the actual. I think I found it though. I found it. I actually love Call Me Ishmael tonight. I love the my book smells amazing, by the way. I don't know how. It's wonderful. Oh, I someone sent me this. One of my friends sent me this screenshot. I do not know. I think it was from the notes of Aga Shahid Ali, where he'd written when he'd written something, and it was the rough draft, and there were about 18 to good 20 lined poem, and he'd scribbled out all the lines, just left the first one and the last word, and it was just 20 lines, and the final draft that he edited and re-edited became 2 lines in all. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But okay, cool. I don't have any favorite Urdu poet. I'm still discovering all the poets, so I'm not sure how to lead my life there. Okay, cool. Oh, tonight is rather there. Okay, I'm anxious about picking them. What are you anxious about, Asna? Waiting for your meet. Yeah, why not? Saturdays with Vaani. Yo, what you reading right now? Hey Rigved, we were reading The Whale Suite. Who will get invited to the meetup? I think it'll be at random, although I was hoping anyone from Delhi could join, but I'm not sure where to host this one. Since you guys, hey Mr. Who Cares, I read your first comment, and like Dadi ki kahani. Oh, nice. That's actually a good idea. We should definitely consider them if you guys are going to listen. Please recommend me a good fictional book. Hey Asim, I'm so glad there are so many people asking for updates. It'll happen on the 11th. I'm my reservations. The only concerns I have are COVID and so many people. But I'm very excited to meet you guys. We will probably be sending out invites to everyone who's fully vaccinated for sure, and most of the people. And I'm you have no idea how many people have signed up, right? That's why you're saying we should do it in Cyber Hub. There's lots of empty spaces. How do you decide which book to buy and which book to download on Kindle? I download all the non-fiction on Kindle before I buy the non-fiction. Non-fiction as in like anything. So it's like The Body Keeps Score. I've downloaded it on Kindle instead of buying the paperback copy because I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it. So anything that I'm not certain of, but I've heard is good. Not fiction. Fiction I buy, but non-fiction I mostly keep it for Kindle because I've realized it works better for me that way. Have I been to Delhi before? Yeah, I've been to Delhi before. Hey, you fell in love with reading comics. Nice. Which ones are you? Oh, Daredevil and Spider-Man. Nice. Good choice. I have not heard nice things about them. So, modern poetry. I haven't heard nice things either, but I think a lot of them are nice. Can you read stationery and language games today? Yes. Okay, of course we can. 92 people are watching us. Guys, do like the stream. Should do what's Vaani listening to right now, do. What was I listening to before the stream started? I think it was a good song. We could do it right now also in case you guys like. I'm just quickly going to see where I last played. I've been listening to weird stuff these days, to be honest. Like it's a mix-up of all sorts of, like, I start my days with ghazals and then slowly I make into 2000s punk rock, and then suddenly I'm listening to Britney Spears, and then suddenly I am listening to respectable music, and then all of a sudden I'm back to 90s Bollywood. It's a weird thing that I've picked up. I do not know. But I heard this song today. It's called I can't find it. It's called Take You Out to Dance by Maria Tranquilla. It's really nice. I like the lyrics. Someone's given us the update. Just one update. Katrina Kaif and Vicky Kaushal got married. Wonderful. That's all what we needed to know. I started 6 to 7 books together and I do not know what to do. Hey, pick up the one that works best for you. I remember when I picked up Agha Shahid Ali, I picked up a lot of books together, and now I'm just reading Agha Shahid Ali and the biography of Agha Shahid Ali, A Map of Longings by Manan Kapoor. Especially important if you're going to read the poetry. And what else? Yeah, and a couple more. I love Faiz Ahmed Faiz. I love him as well. I feel like sometimes anyone who's saying that, oh, I like this, I feel like recommending them Agha Shahid Ali. Where someone said, because I think Anandita said, if I'm not wrong, Anandita said, I love Faiz Ahmed Faiz, and I want to tell her, oh, so you should definitely pick up Veiled Sweet, because you'll find a lot of reference to Faiz and his works. Okay, someone's also... very stupid confession I have to make here, but I really want to share it with someone. And I just don't know how many of you know of this song, but there's this song Juice by Lizzo, and I can't stop listening to it. I mean, if I do not listen to this, I do not have the will to live or just do or carry on with the day. Like, I need to listen to it in the morning so I can have a peaceful day filled with confidence and whatnot. And I do not know how many of you have heard this song, but it's amazing. And Harry Styles also covered it, and that's an amazing cover as well. And I'm awfully embarrassed because I noticed a few days ago that people actually know I listen to this song quite a lot. Like, all my neighbors know how much I listen to the song because I play it pretty loudly. But yeah, okay. I honestly didn't understand a word of Veiled Sweet. You can always reach out to us on email and we'll write back to you. I would absolutely love to answer your questions or queries that you have. I'll send voice notes, I'll send material as much as I can. Just, you should have the will to perhaps read it. That's not my Urdu translation, Anandita. That's her friend's, actually. Vaani listens listen to Harry Styles. Oh, Vaishnavi, I do. I play Lizzo first and then I play Harry Styles version. And I'm absolutely ridiculously embarrassed. I've started listening to a lot of 2000s. I do not know what the genre would be, but I'm listening to a lot of 2000s, like peak, like those Britney Spears and Shakira and everything. And I'm just like, I was 3 at this point. I love it. But yeah, the email is vaani@chalchitratalks.com. It ain't my fault. Yeah, oh, there's another song, which I can't remember now, but okay. Remember, oh, Lutfo Ishq mein. Oh God, I start my day with this. It's absolutely. I start my day with sometimes. I mean, a few days ago, even today, I started my day with Kavita Seth's ghazal. The Suitable Boy mein jitne bhi gaane Kavita Seth has sung. I mean, I start my day with those and it's so lovely. I love Lutf Wo Ishq Mein by Kavita Seth. Oh my God. She's a goddess. I mean, Pokhraj is here. Hi, Pokhraj. How are you? Hey, Beneath. How are you? Hey, Try Underwater by Joshua Rad. I love Joshua Rad and I love Underwater. I really liked Joshua Radin, especially in class 11th and 12th. I was listening to Joshua Radin day in and day out. Do I watch anime? No, I don't. A Suitable Boy. Yes. How many times you start your day? Good thing. I mean, I usually start with soft music and then before I head out, I listen to Juice for sure. It's a boost to confidence. Anyways, I'll read tonight. I've read this book on the surface. I haven't covered it. But this is one of my, it's a beautiful, I think it's a ghazal. It's a ghazal, yes. It's a ghazal. Can I just, I made notes about this, but I do not know where I made the notes. But tonight. I have a feeling I've made notes about this, but I can't remember. But this is How is the Wheel of Time? I'm listening to the name so much these days. Someone picked up War and Peace and then hated the thickness of the book. I fail you, bro. Vaibhav was reading Language Games yesterday and he was like, hey, does it mean this? And I was like, quite frankly, it doesn't, but I'm so glad you're reading this. And it's nice to know, like, so many people are reading this one right now. And the best thing about this is there's no stress to read it page to page, cover to cover. You can pick up your favorite parts and then just read them. Listen to Gayatri Ashokan's rendition of Suna Hai Log Use. I love this ghazal. I mean, someone read it out to me. No, someone recommended it to me. I haven't heard it being sung. I've heard it being read out loud. And it's absolutely amazing. Oh, hi, Vaani with a single A. I am a double A, but like people confuse me for a single A many times. Noel is here. Dude, Language Games. Language Games is so good, I swear. Ugh. I kind of hate that I've told everyone about Language Games. It's like the one time when Bohemian Rhapsody was releasing, all of a sudden everyone was a Queen fan and I was like, hey, you didn't even care about them a week ago. I love Queen and it just felt like your favorite band has been taken away from you forcefully and is now being thrown into a pile of people who are probably better than you and will better appreciate it, and then it's no longer yours alone. But I don't know if I'm even... But yeah, Language Games feels the same, but it's so beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. I do not know how many of you have read this one, but there is... Oh, it's page number 87. It's Getting Late. Do your friends know where you are? And he says, before I run out of change... Okay. They know my debts are unpaid. They won't look for me. But if they call, say I am at the phone booth. talking long distance to the dead. This is the longest distance I've called, and the bill is running up. Before I run out of change, I must report. The cremations aren't working. Someone's left the bones off their hooks. Operator, I'm still getting busy signals. And I love it. It's such a nice thing to say that I am talking long distance to the dead. And this is the longest distance I've called, and the bill is running up. Before I run out of change, I must report. The cremations aren't working. Someone's left the bones off their hooks. Operator, I'm still getting busy signals. I love this one. And then there is Today Talk is Cheap, Call Somebody. I don't know if you've heard the song. I'll confirm which one it is before I recommend. Talk is cheap. Oops, the wrong one. Yeah, Chet Faker, Talk is Cheap. It's also a wonderful song. And then there is Today Talk is Cheap, Call Somebody, which is by Aga Shahid Ali. And then, of course, there's language games. There is something about, there's something that's so, okay, there's something beautiful about all his books, but I love A Walk Through the Yellow Pages. This one collection is something that's, yeah, absolutely wonderful. I loved the Wolf's postscript to Little Red Riding Hood because it's kind of validated some things that I've written. But it's wonderful. An interview with Red Riding Hood, now no longer Little. The Wolf's postscript on Little Red Riding Hood. And then there's Hansel's Game. I did not like Hansel's Game as much as I liked the Little Red Riding Hood rendition. But yeah. Have I heard Truth Hurts by Lizzo? I've heard it once. But I do not know Lizzo so well. But I've heard this one. Yeah. Man. Oh. Sorry, who cares? I'm sorry I missed your comment. Okay, I know I did not. Okay. Oh, I hope it's all in... I hope you're not mocking me, but yeah, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Hey Darshan, thanks for one Rohan Joshi recommends, 2 Mano episode recommends, Hindol quiz question on 15th August, learnt long Gavajavi and Hilsha. That's wonderful. I'm going to pick up, I think my aim of January 2022 is going to be to finish all the books I've started and not completed in 2021, because there are so many books I've picked up, and all of them, like usually I used to pick up books because I used to be like, hey, let me just pick up books, a lot of books at the same time, and then I will read whatever I really like reading. Like if there are 5 horses running, I will probably finish the one that's running the fastest. I'll bet on the horse that's running the fastest. And that was the thing. Like I would pick up and go all the way with the book that I found the most interesting, because I think I was very impatient, and now I do not know how it has happened. Every book that I've picked up is absolutely brilliant, and there is so much FOMO that I have that, hey, if I do not go with it, I'm going to miss out on this particular line or this particular feeling. And now I'm trying to read everything, which is amazing because I'm constantly reading. But then there's also this thing where I want to reach the end because everything is so satisfying, and I want to pick up the next book, but I'm not able to because I always keep on finding new books. And yeah, that's nice. Do I believe in manifestation? Yuvraj, whatever works for you, right? I mean, whatever works for you, whatever works for oneself. I mean, does manifestation work for me? On some days it does, and that's when I believe in it. But it's whatever works for you. Are you congratulating yourself on good taste? Same. Yes, Pokraj. Why not? We have amazing taste, right? That's why we ended up here. Do you remember? You know what? I do not remember what I read. I remember, sometimes I even forget that I've read the book. And now I'm going to buy a diary pretty soon and I'm going to make notes because this is such a terrible thing. I wasted a week of my life reading a book and then I realized, oh, I've already read it. But I do not. That's why Goodreads is helpful. Unfortunately, I do not use Goodreads a lot. I do not use Goodreads at all. I am... Which all books have I picked up at the moment? See, there is Aga Shahid Ali, the complete, most of the the Whale Suite. There's his biography. I'm trying to finish The Real Estate by Deborah Levy. I'm also trying to finish The Lonely City. I'm also trying to read A Life by Elia Kazan. And then I'm also reading A Tribe of Mentors and The Score Takes Care of Itself, which I'm trying to finish since the beginning of 2021. And now I've picked up The Body Keeps Score. And I'm also reading again Movable Feast by Hemingway. And I'm also rereading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And a lot of poetry here and there. I do not know how. Oh, someone said Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Hey Naira, I've been watching you a lot in the comments recently. What is my take on his books? I mean, some of his writings work for me, and honestly, they are pretty amazing. My brother read 100 Years of Solitude. I made him read it. I sold it to him, and I'm proud of myself, and he loved it. I really like Gabriel Garcia Marquez's writings. If you want to discover who he was, though, try reading his this book. Okay, I can't remember the name of the book. It's not a novel. It's more like non-fiction. I think it's on writings or something like that. And he talks about how he always wanted to be seen as a journalist instead of being a writer. And it's nice. I love Gabriel Garcia Marquez. It works for me, surprisingly. And I'm not a big fan of... what do you call it? Magical realism. Pride and Prejudice is because of Succession. I kind of like, December is usually the time when I go back to Wuthering Heights or Pride and Prejudice. Or certain classics. But also Succession, yes. I can't believe Tom is the same guy who played Darcy in 2005, Pride and Prejudice. I was like, what? I mean, there's no, like, what? How did you go from this to this? How did you go from this to this, Tom? How? Why did you? How did you? Is Vaibhav reading it? No, not at all. I mean, I don't think he is. I mean, I don't know if he's actually reading it. I mean, we could ask him. Meetup is on the 11th. Tell the venue already. Guys, I'm very happy to see how excited everyone is. And it's nice. I'm a little nervous because I'll be honest, I am somewhat nervous because my introvert is very scared, but I'm also excited because it's going to be a pleasure to meet all of you and whosoever turns up. And I hope my energy will not bug anyone in real life. Audiobook or hard copy? Hard copy any day. Fiction or suspense? Fiction. Suspense can also be fiction, right? This is a weird question. Joy. I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks. I do have favorite podcasts, though. I've been listening to this podcast that Rohan Joshi recommended. Brand Wars. What was it? I think something like that. What my dreams show me. Weird things. Nothing to be embarrassed by. Vaibhav should watch the Yes, we should actually make a petition. Vaibhav should watch the 2000 version of Pride and Prejudice before the finale of Succession comes out. Please comment on the stream because Vaibhav will see the comments at least, hopefully, if he's not in the comments right now. Vaibhav, please watch 2005 Pride and Prejudice before the last episode of Succession comes out. Please comment it down on this video. हमारी शादी का हॉल हायर कर लो दिल्ली में. That's the thing. We can, you know what, I'm planning, like Delhi is becoming like so good, and I love Delhi, even though it's very polluted. Delhi is like one of my favorite cities, surprisingly. But we can do meetups every third month there, like if people don't get tired of me. um, I just finished reading All the Bright Places like 30 minutes ago, and I still can't stop. Hey, that's nice. Hey, Sorish, I'm glad you found a book that made you feel such. So, Yuvraj, I mean, what percentage do you have in your boards? I don't know, that was what, 6 years ago or 7 years ago? Why? Why would you want us to remember such days? Delhi is a state. It is. Is it? It's not. Awkward. Which international YouTubers do you watch? To be honest, I've been watching YouTube a lot lately based for music and for like documentaries of sorts, which are pretty old. So the YouTubers the amount of YouTube I've been watching, consuming for content that surrounds creators, influencers, if you will, is very limited. Can you explain me the timeline of Kafka? It's so confusing. I've forgotten myself. You guys can go to Lodi Garden. We can also go to Sundar Garden. Sundar. So a lot of people recommend it. Actually, I love Lodi Garden. I've never spent good amount of time in Lodi Garden. But this is nice. Hey Pokhraj, thanks. Business Wars. It's Business Wars. What's Murali Krishna said. This is the podcast I've been listening to. And if, in case, guys, you haven't been listening to Business Wars, this is what Rohan Joshi recommended. And I think it's a wonderful, very well written podcast. Have I read the Unposted Letter? I did read it when I was growing up. I think I read it in sometime around when I was in class 7 or 8. Sometime around that time period. And I liked it a lot when I was growing up. And it was time where I did enjoy spiritual books a lot. But yeah, now I do not know how I will feel when I pick it up again. I watch a lot of... Pokhraj, I have to tell this. Every creator I find, I see a comment under... I mean, I find Pokhraj in every comment section I go to, all of any creator. The other day I was in the channel of, I don't remember his name, he's a booktuber, and Pokhraj's comment was there, and I was like, hey, Pokhraj is the celebrity of the comment section. How would I rate Conan O'Brien in terms of show? I like him a lot. I do not know, because I don't think I watch a lot of talk shows, but I really like him. Can we expect a meetup in Mumbai soon? Yes, why not? Not super soon though. What's my comfort show? Then I'm not going to give you the original answer because it's embarrassing. But what's my comfort show? At the moment, it's Succession. That's the only show I'm watching. I don't know. I think there was a time when I used to watch Sherlock, not the Benedict Cumberbatch one, but the original one that used to air on History Channel or /BBC Channel. I don't remember which one. But yeah, that's the one I remember watching and rewatching. But that was when I was in class 5 or 4. So yeah. Yes, yes. Yes, Asna, you're absolutely right. Oh yes, that was Jack Edwards. Yes, that was Jack Edwards. It's interesting. Nice. Is my also Big Boss? No, I've never seen Big Boss. That's one thing I'm proud of. Okay, wait, that comment just disappeared. Okay, sorry. How to Be a Dictator. Good watch. There's a book that I had. It's not a book, it's a movie I've come across this How to Be a Dictator. Where is it? Can someone direct me back? Because I've been trying to find it again, but I can't. I read one Khaled Hosseini book. So I'll tell you what my relationship with Khaled Hosseini is. I always wanted to read Khalid Hosseini, but where I was living, there was no internet facility at that time, and there was no proper bookstore as well. You had to order books. So I somehow never got around to picking up Khalid Hosseini in the first place. However, I came across this book called Dear Zari by Sarguna Kargar. Wonderful book. And Khalid Hosseini, I think, had written the foreword for it. And I thought, hey, if you can't read the books, pick up a book that has been reviewed and like recommended by Khalid Hosseini. No, why not? Picked up the book, cried like, couldn't stop crying, and ran to my parents. And I'm not someone who's very emotionally expressive. Ran to my parents, thanked them for being so nice and kind to me, because Dear Zari is heart-wrenching. Anyways, cut to 4 years later, I picked that book again, and I'm like, hey, I was growing up in that moment, right? I was, barely in class 11th, and now I am in college, and perhaps I can pick it up again, and it won't be that bad. Cut to 2 days later, when I finished reading that book, I called my mother again and thank her with tears in my eyes, crying like an idiot, like, thank you so much for being the parents you are. And then I realized, like, I can't do Khalid Hosseini or something that's as brutal as that. Cut to a few years later, one of my friends gifted me The Kite Runner, and he said, hey, you have to read this. You have a recommendation channel. You recommend books and you haven't read Khalid Hosseini. And I was like, hey, I don't want to read it. I don't want to just expose myself to the trauma. And then I read it, and then it just, the month did not go well for me. But yeah. It emotionally destroys you. And then I do not know how you get back from there. And I can't pick him up again. I'm sorry. I mean, people are strong enough to read that book. I am not. Well, I am strong enough, but I don't think I just want to, because then I would need a break from everything I'm doing in life, and I don't think I can afford that break. Recommendations with Biswa Kalyanra. The next time you see him live, just tell him about it so that he knows you guys want to see him on our channel. Hardcore history is also wonderful. Preetham has... I had Khalid Hosseini, and it's a downer but beautiful language. I had to read it for assignments. And what I realized was, like, a lot of times you kind of... I think Khalid Hosseini affected me a lot more because I had read Dear Zari. Had I read it the other way around, had I read Khalid Hosseini without having read Dear Zari, I think I wouldn't have been affected so much. But because Dear Zari happened and I knew such things happen, it just became very real for me. That's mostly it. Pokhraj Singh, that's my that's right. There's another book that I'd like to recommend to you guys. It's not as grey as Khalid Hosseini, but it's still somewhere in the same vicinity. And I recommended it on the channel, and I do not know where you'll get the book, because honestly, I can't find it anywhere. I found it in a second-hand bookstore of Delhi. It's called Nothing Important Ever Dies, and it's by Roman Gary. Roman Gary is a very colorful character. He's changed his name n number of times. And Nothing Important Ever Dies is set in Poland. So when World War II was happening, there was a lot of underground resistance going on as well. Of course, there were the soldiers that were fighting, there were the Allied forces and everything. But there was also a lot of underground resistance, in the sense they were not soldiers, direct soldiers. They were normal, common people, common masses who were fighting to retain and help the soldiers. And one of the strongest underground resistance was in Poland. And Nothing Important Ever Dies is about that Polish resistance. And it's absolutely wonderful. It talks about this boy who's born to a very good family. The father is a doctor, etc., etc. But he's left on his own, left to be in a jungle, because they would have shot him otherwise, the German forces. So he spends his winters alone, poor 11-year-old boy or whatever, 16. I don't remember the age. He's left to be there and survive on his own. And so he doesn't really get the concept of what it means to live, what it means to be alive, what it means to be loved, because he has no family now. His mother is dead, his mother is probably dead, his father is probably dead, his sibling is probably dead, and he's just barely 11 or 12 or 13 or 16, I don't know, but not more than 15 or 16, I think. And so he's not seen life, he doesn't understand these emotions. And then one day, so he doesn't fear dying, he loves, he's ready to die, he's ready to fight for the country because there's nothing else that he's seen. And then one day there is a boy who's being bullied, and he's being forced to play violin by the village kids, and he's standing there. And mind you, he lives in the forest, so he knows how to fight, and these village kids do not. And this guy is being bullied, and he's playing the violin, and he says, and he's just mesmerized by the beauty of it. And in that moment, he's afraid, because he's afraid that he will probably die before realizing what every person in this world has to offer, as perhaps as simple as a piece of music or a story to tell. And in that moment, he's afraid, and the moment he realizes it, it's so beautiful. And you actually kind of hate war for doing that to you, where you just don't appreciate what all things are important. But it's a wonderful book, Nothing Important Ever Dies, by Roman Gary. And I think I do not know why it's not more talked about and everything, but it's wonderful. Hey, Anurag just became a godfather. Hey, Anurag, thank you so much. Do write to us on Vaani @chalchitratalks.com, Saurabh @chalchitratalks.com, or vaibhav @chalchitratalks.com, and we'll add you to the groups. I think it was one of the finest reads of 2020 for me. Yeah, hands down. Is it just me, or Truman Show is the best? I like anything by Jim Carrey. That's his name, right? Shit. Old age. I've only ever read one survival book, Into the Wild, which I was not able to complete because of the sadness. I feel you, Bhavya. I think there are a lot of books that I've picked up because I wasn't sure how I would deal with them and the sadness that will flow through later. And I mean, that's one of the many reasons why I haven't picked up a lot of books that should have been read by me by now. That's a wrong way of talking, but yeah. Have I seen Red, Green, Blue by Drew Michael? No, I haven't. Super funny stand-up. Nice. I'll take that recommendation. Thank you, Nishant. There's this I do not know how many people are going to join us for a book a month stream on the Whale Suite, but I think I'm going to just let everyone walk in, and but yeah, let me know if you guys would like to join the stream. Asna is saying, where can I know how to use Discord? Asna, if I knew, I'd tell you. If I knew, I swear I would. I think one of my favorite books while growing up, and even now, has been Matilda by Roald Dahl. It's just because someone said Into the Wild makes you want to be a rebel. Yes, right. But have you read Matilda when you were growing up? You were probably ready to sell your parents off. Matilda I love Matilda. I'm partial because Quentin Blake has illustrated it, but yeah. We didn't do any reading today. I would join all streams. You're more than welcome, Pokraj. Discord is very tricky. I've given up on Discord, guys. It feels nice to share the same feeling of some leftover books share. Sometimes I don't finish books because it's just a little too much heartache, and I do not think I can afford a leave right now. Like, yeah, I just can't. It's heartbreaking, and sometimes you're just like, hey, I can't watch this movie right now because मुझे 2 दिन की छुट्टी चाहिए होगी, and well, like I remember, so I like superhero movies a lot, and I usually go for first day first shows. Silly me, but Avengers Endgame came out. I went to watch. Like I was like, hey, cool. We'll go Friday first day first show, and then we'll just return and do the rest of the work. Went there on Friday, first day first show. Came back. Couldn't stop crying. Saturday passed, Sunday passed, and Monday I had a terrible headache. I was like, what? But yeah. Hey Bhavya, we can definitely do Chandigarh meetup. Yeah, let me know. I'm in Chandigarh. We can do it anytime you want. What part of Chandigarh do you live in, Bhavya? Matilda taught us to believe in anti-nationalist societies and children deserve way better. Yep. Spider-Man is coming. It is. What do you guys... I really liked Shang-Chi, guys. I mean, I was a little late because I was like, let it be. We're not watching it. But it is wonderful. I mean, also, like, I have pretty low standards for liking anything, so... yeah. But this has been nice, guys. Damn, you cry a lot, it seems. I mean, it's the emotion, SJ, not literally. This is just awkward. If you're open to interpretation of the concept of God, you can watch The Man from Earth. Thank you for the recommendation. Hey, Dinesh just became a godfather. Hey, that... Oh, so Rigved is asking what is godfather. So welcome to the patron membership, Dinesh. And do write to us, email to us, and we'll add you to the whatever groups you want to join. And thank you for your support. It means a lot. Hey Rigved, so if you like our work, you can actually support us by becoming a member of the YouTube community or by becoming a patron. So on patreon.com or something. So there are 3 tiers that we've divided our patrons into: good fellas, gladiators, and godfathers. And godfathers are at the top. They get access to most of the things that we do on Chalchitra. They get invited on streams. They get invited to movie quizzes that Hindol hosts. They get invited to our offline sessions. They have like special pass for everything. So, oh, yeah. Thanks, Dinesh. Thank you. But yeah. Aditya say, that's a nice comment actually. I live in Ambala. Also, we can have an offline meetup. That would be great. I recently joined the channel. Hey, Bhavya, that's so wonderful. We could do a Chandigarh meetup. We could also do a heritage walk around certain park or museum, if in case you guys are interested in. But yeah, hi Dinesh. Yes, I know Dinesh. I'm really sorry. But hi Mondal, how are you? I would definitely recommend The Man from Earth to Vaibhav also. But in the comments, please recommend Vaibhav's Pride and Prejudice from 2005 before he sees the final episode of Succession. I want to see the look on his face when he realizes Tom is Mr. Darcy. But yeah. But this has been wonderful, guys. 90 people are watching us. Do like the streams. Yeah. Let me know if you plan for Agra. Okay. You guys live in such beautiful cities. If I could, I would just... I don't know. Isn't there a rock garden in Chandigarh? Good one, Pooh. There is a rock garden in Chandigarh, actually. I'm not sure. I mean, the last time I went there, I was a child. I don't know who. I mean, I think most only the tourists go there now. How much do you know about Bangla literature? I've been asking people to recommend me the same, and I really want to visit Calcutta and the College Street, as has been recommended by Pokhraj a lot. But I don't know a lot, to be honest. The little I know of is because by reading about Satyajit Ray and his not biography, but his works and his influences, and a few more influences here and there and whatnot. Mm. Hey, I filled the form. Hey, Priya, we'll meet on the 11th for sure in the evening sometime. I will let you know where we'll meet though. Um, okay, guys. I've read all the versions of Pride and Prejudice. And I've seen all the version of Pride and Prejudice also. I haven't read all the versions. I've seen all the versions, and then I rolled myself to sleep. But yeah, this has been amazing. Mm. We'll definitely try Aditya. This is a nice suggestion. Aditya is here from Singapore. Yes, we are also leaving. I have translation recommendations. Translated. I'm the only one who hypes Kolkata. How sad. I mean, yeah. No, you're not the only one. Um, I think I discovered, so all of you who are joining us from Chandigarh and place around, there's this museum in Sector 10 that I think all of you know about. Check it out. It's absolutely amazing. Their library is wonderful. I had the time of my life going through the history of fashion in India, the history of jewelry, especially in northern India. And I swear, I just never had. I mean, I was like, hey, I don't mind being a fashion student as well, although I would probably fail all my assignments. The history is amazing there. But this is amazing. Someone is working out at the stream. That's nice. That's wonderful. Uh, Hi Nikita, what would you like to know about me? Have I read Bad Science by Ben Goldacre? No, I haven't. I've heard about the book. I came this close to ordering it, but I did not. Any recommendations for historical? When someone says historical, when someone asks me for the genre, the first thing that comes to my mind is the way I discovered the genre. How I came across historical fiction was because I picked up this book called Lily of the Nile, which is about the daughter of Cleopatra, and when I read it, I really liked it. But it's kind of historical fiction. It's somewhat magical realism also, but it's absolutely wonderful to know about the Egyptians and the Romans. Hi Devrat, what class are you in? I've never heard of a museum in Sector 10 of Chandigarh. It's called, I don't remember the name. It's right next to where you have JCs and whatnot. Cafe JCs and what other cafes? Willow you have there, Sector 10. It's almost there. It's like a 2-minute walk from that place. So you go in the morning you go at 10 to the museum, and then you break for lunch at JC's, and then you go back to the library and read. Ashish, I'd rather read 5 books a month and click screenshots to remind myself. But this has been nice, guys. I'll see you guys again sometime. And my favorite Punjabi song. I've been listening to a lot of Punjabi songs. I'm yet to pick up a favorite one though. Oh, this is interesting, guys. But I'll see you guys again. This has been fun. 12th CBS. There are better places also. But Pal is, of course, Pal. But there are, I mean, when Weber was here, I took him to a place and he said this is the best butter chicken he's ever had in his lifetime. I was super proud of myself. Love that place. So whenever you're visiting, let me know. I will probably recommend you at least one good place to eat. Because I'm not a foodie, so I don't know a lot of places. But yeah. Okay, cool, guys. I'll take your leave now. But I think Rigved, because my brother is also in class 12th, I know that they're having boards. So boards are now divided into two parts. One is the objective and one is the subjective. These guys have objective wala part in December, and the subjective one will come in March, if I'm not right. Right, Devrat? You guys have boards now twice a year. And on this note, I saw your comment, Pokraj, and I've clicked a screenshot also for those of you who need Bengali translation. When you want the influence of Bengali literature, just refer to the recommendation by Pokraj, the greatest Bengali stories ever told. Oh, wait, it just went away. Okay. Pokraj, please post it again. Okay. Hey Shruti, I'm so glad you loved it. I'm really glad you liked them. I'm glad you're getting back into your reading habit. Hey Bhavya, that's nice. It's actually a nice museum. Even if you do not like the museum, check out their library. It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, you deleted the comment. Huh, Pokraj, why? But I'll take your leave now, guys. We didn't do any reading today. But for people who are in Delhi, I think after trying a lot of places, I think it's Baba's Chicken in Sector 7. But in any case, I'll take your leave now, guys. The people who are in Delhi, do reach out to me on my personal email, on my email ID, vaani@chalchitratalks.com. And me and my team will also be reaching out to you tomorrow, perhaps, to confirm the place. And I will also confirm, if someone is left out, please don't feel bad. I will be posting this a story or something of sorts on Saturday and something, and it'll be nice. But yep, all the best, and relax. Have a great, wonderful weekend. I'll see the Delhi people on Saturday, and it's going to be super fun, I hope. But I did complete the November book, Rigved, and I'll see you now next week. And do read the Wade Suite and do tag us in the comments. And if you want a meetup in Chandigarh, guys, do write to me on vaani@chalchitratalks.com. I basically live in the city, so we can do it anytime. And I'll just end the stream now.